Alrighty, YouTube, and welcome back to Fern Valley Farms YouTube channel. We're on this channel, we are pure country. Okay, we're doing some more repairs today. Like I've said in previous videos, when you have a farm, you can't always pay somebody to do all this work. Whether it's electrical, it's plumbing, it's carpentry, roofing. There's just a lot to do on a farm, so you need to learn how to do this kind of stuff for yourself. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you guys how to fix a crack in a foundation that leaks. And to be honest with you, I've never done this before. And this foundation is only 9 years old, 8 years old. It really kind of bothers me. I'll just say it that way, that this is leaking. But I think what happened is when they pulled the forms out, they pull the forms out, and there's rods that hold these forms together when they pour a foundation. Something must have broke loose when they pulled these out. Because you can see this crack. Let me zoom this in really quick here. I'm going to show you. I got so much stuff in the way trying to. Let me zoom this in. Hold on here. Just out of the way. I had to pull back some of the insulation. You can see the crack. Let me get out of the way here. You can see the crack here. And there's a little notch right there, which is not below the camera. But I'll zoom it back out. That's where that water is coming in from. And it's been slowly getting worse as time is going on. The other day, everything's been frozen up here. We're in northern Illinois, so everything's been frozen. And there's snow on the ground. It was raining pretty hard the other night. And it started leaking, and it was dripping right here, coming down, dripping, and running that way, fortunately. And it eventually stopped when the rain slowed down, which is telling me the frost line is pretty deep outside because of all the cold we've had. We've had like 30 below zero 2 days in a row up here, and that's really that's not normal. So the frost line probably dropped pretty far, and the water's running down the outside of the foundation, and there is drain tile on this side of the foundation and the other side. There's plenty of drain tile, but it's probably stopping because it's frozen. And this has been doing this for a couple of years now. But it doesn't do it all the time, only if you have like a really, really heavy rain. But I need to stop it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to patch this. And this is what I'm going to use, this watertight hydraulic cement. I actually got this at Menards. I'm not getting paid to say that. I just love Menards. I go there all the time. I do enough videos and I promote Menards enough, but I'm not getting paid for this. But I went there this morning. I talked to somebody there that's really knowledgeable. And this is what he highly, highly recommended. So I'm going to do this. And what I'll wind up doing is after I patch this, at some point when it starts raining again, I'll come down here and make another video, like a follow-up video to show you if it held or not. The guy at Menards said this is really, really good stuff. So, and pretty much all you do with this cement, this is watertight hydraulic cement. And if I remember right, it says 2 parts, let's see. Okay, I'm going to mix 2 parts of the cement and 1 part of water. Right? Mix 2 parts cement, 1 part water. And this is going to form like a putty. But you only got like 5 minutes to get this stuff on. So I brought a cup down here. Where is it? It's right here. I'm going to mix. I'm not sure how far it's going to go. So I'll do like. Oh, first step first. Hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself here. What I need to do is chip away some of this, which makes sense. You want to chip some of this away, not a lot. Just chip some of it away so the putty can go into it. So I'm going to chip away. On this side here. Can you see it? Yeah. The directions say chip away like a 1/4-inch groove. So and it makes sense because you want to be able to get that putty in to where this stuff is coming out. So I just got his chisel here. He's going to bust away some of the concrete, not a lot. I'm just going to bust away just enough to where I can get this putty in here. The majority of the leak is coming from like right here. This is a first for me, and hopefully this works good. And you guys that are watching this video can try this if you have this problem. A leaky basement is no fun. You get your basement all finished, you got carpeting, you got all this nice stuff, and then you get water. And there's a pretty good sized crack. I can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to patch this. And if it slows down, if there's more of a leak, I'll go ahead and repatch it where it's still leaking. So that should be good. See this. I probably want a little bit too much, but you know what? I'd rather have too much than not enough. Let me zoom this in, then you can kind of see. You can see I made that crack pretty wide up and down here, so there's too much stuff to climb over to get to move the camera at the moment. So that gives you kind of an idea of what we're doing here. So what I'm going to use, I've got a putty knife. Everybody's got putty knives. If not, go get one. I'm going to do, I'm not sure how far this is going to go, so I'm going to do like, actually I'm going to do a full cup. Because you want to do 2 parts. Two parts of the cement, 1 part water. So, if you make it too watery, it's not going to stick. This is no different than, I'm trying to think of an example here, but if it's too, it's like making like bags of saccharine or concrete. If you add too much water to it and get it too gooey or too liquidy, it's going to crack. You want it a little bit thick, so when it sets up, it grabs. So I'm going to add a half to that. You probably can't see this. I'm just going to get it stirred up here. You can see this in the camera. It's too hard to keep moving the camera here. I know I'm cut off here, but let's get this kind of mixed. And they say you only got about 5 minutes. Once this stuff is ready to be put on. Now to me this looks a little too watery still. Well, like I said, I've never done this before, so this is a first time here. Okay, it says it's going to take 3 to 5 minutes for it to set. This to me seems a little liquidy still. I'm going to put just a little bit more to it. Excuse me, just to thicken it up here. Okay, so this is starting to get a little thick here. And what you can do when this is all done, they actually sell a paint that you could paint. Once this is all set and dry, you could actually paint the wall, and there's a special kind of paint that's made by this same company that you could paint your wall with. My basement's got this insulation all around it, so once this is done, I can just pull the insulation back, get some white duct tape, and retape it, and you won't even see it. But if you have a basement with walls that are exposed, you're going to want to paint them, or if not, you can have this big gray streak going down your wall. The main thing is we stop the water. That's the main thing here. So while we're waiting for this to set up here, okay, this stuff is finally starting to set. Obviously, I cut this video because you guys didn't want to sit here and watch me stir this stuff. But now it's finally starting to set. See, now it's getting thick. It's like a putty. So now it's getting ready. You don't want to put it in the cracks too wet because it'll just run right out. You want to get this stuff thick. Let it get thick. So we're just about, when it gets thick enough where it ain't going to run, I think we're good. And according to the directions, it says pretty much scrape off the excess right away. So this stuff must harden really, really hard. And like I said, this is the first time here, so we're going to see what happens. I think we're about ready to put this in. There. If I have to mix more, I'll turn the camera off so you don't got to sit here and watch me do this for 10 minutes. Okay, sorry if I'm going to block the camera a little bit here. I think this is, and it's the directions also say put this in your hand until it gets warm. But I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take it, I'm going to push it. I'm going to push it right into the cracks. Put it on the wall like that, and I'm going to push it right in. That's why you want to make that notch, which makes sense. You want to make that notch in your cement so the putty's got somewhere to go, obviously. Yeah, see now it's hard now. Now it's like a putty. And I'm going to use a generous amount because I don't want to do this again. I don't want to see water running across my basement floor. So I have no problem. That box was like $4 or $4.50. It wasn't even. It was like with tax, it was like $4.50. It was not expensive at all. I was surprised. I was expecting to spend a lot more. So be generous with it. Don't be cheap with it. Don't be cheap with it, because the cost of fixing your carpeting and everything else in your basement is way more than this $4 putty. Hopefully I don't got to mix more. I might have to. See, now it's setting up hard now, so let's just get it in the... I think I made just enough. This stuff works pretty nice. Now it's really starting to set up fast, which is fine. The directions say you're supposed to wear a rubber glove, but oh well. Wouldn't be the first time. So this stuff works really nice. When it starts setting, it's really workable. I like that. So I'm probably only going to do I'm going to mix more of this. Get this off my fingers here. Yeah, once this stuff starts to set, it starts to set, so then you got to be quick with it. Like I said, push it in the cracks. I mean, this is common sense here, even though I've never done this before. Push it in the cracks, get it worked in really well, and then spread it on either side. A good part. I'm really curious to see how this works. And like I said, I will do a video. I will come down here. That might be it. There's a little bit of a crack down here. I don't think the leak was coming from there. I don't have any more here. Cool. I think we got it. This stuff really sets. It's really workable. That's a good way to put this. When you start putting this stuff on, it really it's really nice to work. I'm just kind of scraping up. I got little pieces here that are falling. I'm just going to scrape these extra pieces here and just put them on there. All right, I'm going to turn this camera off. I'll turn it back on. I'll let it set up for a few minutes, and then I will turn the camera back on. This is like watching paint dry. We don't want to sit here and watch this. You guys don't want to sit here and watch it. You probably got better things to do, just like I do. So I'm going to turn the camera off, let this set, and I'll come back maybe an hour. I'll turn the camera back on. I'll talk about what this looks like not after it's been sitting, and then I'm going to obviously end this video until it rains again. I'll come down here and I will make a video of it raining, and hopefully you will not see water coming out of this crack. So I will be back as soon as this stuff gets hard. All right, see you in a few minutes. All right, we're back. It's actually like a day and a half later. I wanted to let this stuff totally set up before I came back on, and you can see what it looks like when it dries. It dries just like cement, and this cement color. But obviously, look, it rained, I guess, pretty good last night. Like I said, the ground is still frozen. We had a really bad winter. It was cold. So the ground was still frozen, so obviously water is still kind of coming in, but the leak was up here. And it was coming in up here at one point, and you can see that stopped. And actually, when I got up this morning, that wet spot was not there. About an hour later, the water had stopped coming in, and that started to get a little damp. So that tells me it probably needs a little bit more over this. The directions on the box do say that if the area is damp, that's okay. Like, it actually says make sure the area is damp. So I'm going to put more on. You can see what it did here. It was starting to come through here. I'm going to put another coating on here. And right about here, it was coming in just a little bit. And there is more of a crack down here. I cut this board off. That board was nailed into the foundation to put this insulation up. So there is a crack down here too. So water was coming in there. Obviously, I didn't see that because that board was there. So I cut that board off this morning. So I got another batch of this stuff. I mixed it up here, let it get thick. And then we're going to go ahead and coat this thing on again. It's supposed to rain again tonight. Here again, it's around noon. It's around noon right now. It's supposed to rain a thunderstorm tonight. So I'm going to, the next video I make will be after it rains again to see if this stops. Because I want you guys to learn from this just like I'm learning from this. I've never done this before, never had to. Hopefully I never got to do it again. Hopefully you'll never have to do it again. But it did slow it down a lot, you can see. The other day it was coming in pretty good. So that spot there was not there when I got up. I came down here about 3:30. This morning it was not wet. Probably about an hour later that little spot was there. This was, and you can even see a little bit here. It's coming through just a hair. So that's telling me that the ground is frozen still and the water's kind of sitting up. Because like I said, when it's a normal rain, this does not leak. So let me get this thing set up here. And I will go ahead and patch this, and we'll see what it looks like here. This is still a little liquidy, so I'm going to add just a little bit more to this. They say do half, you know. Actually, it's 2 parts. It's actually 2 parts and 1 part water, so I didn't put enough, actually. I mixed it wrong. So here we go. Now we're good. Yeah, it's 2 parts cement, 1 part water. Let me make sure I'm right on that. Hold on. I don't want to tell you. Well, you can read. Let me go get my glasses, which I think are over here. Let me go find them. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but obviously you can read the box too. Yeah, 2 parts of the cement, 1 part of the water. That's what I thought. Okay, I'm good. I was wondering why that wasn't thickening up. Now it is. So we'll get this all mixed up. Like I said, that box was $4.50 some cents. Be generous with it. Don't be conservative. Because it's a whole lot cheaper to buy this and fix this patch than replace carpeting or whatever. That's why I won't carpet a basement floor. When I was younger, living at home, if the power went out, the basement would flood. The carpeting ain't nothing worse than ripping out wet carpeting that's soaked in water. You see all these poor people, you know, their basements flood. It's completely finished basement, carpeting, everything is just destroyed. This really, we just kind of hang out down here. I got my wood shop, my bee shop is down here. So the floors are not finished, and that's fine with me. I do not need to carpet this. You put down some of that rolled out linoleum or something, that's fine. If that gets wet, it ain't going to hurt nothing. But I won't put carpeting. I've seen what can happen. I've been part of that, and that is no fun. All right, this is setting up. We'll let this set up, and then we will go ahead and patch it. Okay, I think we're ready. This stuff takes a while. This camera's been off for probably about 10 minutes waiting for this to set up. I didn't think you guys wanted to sit here and watch me just stir this. So, but you see how thick this gets. Look, you can turn the thing upside down and it won't even come out. So now we're going to put this on. I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to go right down the line again. Obviously, I'm going to put a bunch of it down here. Do like I did the other day. Just put it just like this. Just smear it evenly. And if I have to do it again, that's fine, as long as I'm slowing this down. And I'm going to put this on pretty thick here. Just spread it right over it. And like I said, it's supposed to rain again tonight, so we're going to see what this does. I'm going to put it up here too, even though it really wasn't coming out here. I'm just going to put another layer on. It can't hurt. This stuff works pretty nice, actually. It's workable. When you go to put it on, it goes on kind of nice. It looks kind of messy, but it's really not too bad. It's almost like putty as it's starting to set up. We're just gonna. And once it starts to set, you got to go with it. You can't wait too much longer. You don't want to put it on too wet, obviously, or it'll run down the wall. But as it's starting to set, see how nice that is when you go to smooth it out? I like that. I'm having a feeling I might have to put another coating on down here because I had nothing here before, so it's pretty thin. We'll see what it does. Obviously, I'll let it set. We'll wait for the rain and see what happens. But if I have to give it more at the bottom, that's fine. Like I said, I guess if you got to give this a couple of coats, this is what you got to do. As long as it works, that's our main objective here. So I'm just going to use up the rest of what I got. If I get another spot coming through it, we'll just put some more on. So this is about all I'm going to do. And like I said the other day, I was going to show you what this looked like after it sat for an hour, but it looked the same. It really didn't look like anything until probably like almost at night the next day when it was starting to set up, and it sets up, you could see, like dry cement. So, but then when I came down here this morning, there was water, but not as much. So yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to have to put a little bit more down because I didn't know that crack went all the way down on the floor because that board was in the way. So like I said, we'll let it rain. We'll see what happens. If I get another spot where it's coming through, then we'll just put a little bit more on it. But I did stop, I would say more than half of it because it was leaking up here. So anyways, that's it. I will come back after it rains and we will see what happens. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, we're back. Do I look any older? It's actually been a little while since I ended this video and I'm restarting it, but I want to show you how this works. Look at that, beautiful. We've had a lot of rain. You've seen that picture of that rain gauge? We had 6 inches of rain at one time. And look, bone dry. And since I finally got around to redoing this video, or to finishing this video, we've had a lot of rain and no water, period. I love it. That stuff works so well. You got to try it, and it's cheap. It was less than $5 for that mixture, that putty. So give it a try. Obviously, you can see it works. The one rainfall, the picture of that rain gauge, I took a picture of that purposely to show you. 6 inches of rain at one time, and not a drop of water in here. Before I did this, I would have had water coming down. And you've seen how earlier I had to keep repatching it. But since I let it since I added a little bit more to it, I let it dry.
And then that's when we had that 6-inch rain. And we've had multiple rainfalls since then. I just finally got around to finishing this video. It's been sitting on my computer. I'm like, I got to get this thing done. So, and now is the season right now. You get these heavy downpours, these heavy rains, your basement's leaking. I got it at Menards. They're not paying me to say that. And I'm sure any of these homes, any stores have it. I just like to go to Menards. Like I said, it was less than $5. I couldn't believe it. Even when the guy showed it to me, I'm like, that's it? He's like, yeah, it works great. Well, here's the proof. So anyways, if you got a leaky basement, give it a try. It works great. I love it. Now, 1 ounce of water in here. So anyways, hopefully you like this video. If you do like the video, consider subscribing to the channel. I hope to have more how-to fix-it videos in the future. A lot of farm stuff, a lot of beekeeping, horses. It's all country on this channel. So consider subscribing to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Hit that little button right there and subscribe. If you do subscribe, there's a little bell next to that subscribe button. You hit that bell, you'll get a notification every time a video comes out. Plenty more to come. If you like seeing all my animal stuff, my bee videos, subscribe, check it out. Give me a thumbs up too. I'd really appreciate it. So any questions, comments on this, leave them. I will answer them. If your basement's leaking, give it a try. All right. Thanks for watching the videos, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.